All right, fam. Woo! Here we go. Let's do another one for you. It's your boy Chadski, and if you don't know who I am, welcome into the video. Throw a thumbs up if you like the videos, and don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Really helps out my channel. Trying to bring you guys all the real rock life applications. I have been hammering KVK, and now I get to do a bunch of videos to kind of explain some of the recaps, what we found that works, what doesn't work, and that's what we want to do right now because we're going to talk about our boy Ragnar. Again, if you like the videos, throw a thumbs up on him, and if you can join my Discord, the Discord link is in my description. Really easy to do, and a great place to come and hang out and create some ideas with us. We went through the Ragnar stuff. We hammered this KVK. It was a big Imperium KVK. 2377 was our allies in it. We fought 365. We're burning 365 right now out of this zone 6, and I am chilling. I ran Ragnar in the field. Now, I told you at the beginning, Ragnar was going to make Guan retired. And if you are running 2 marches of infantry, you are going to probably bench Guan and run Ragnar CPO. That's what I ran the most of, was Ragnar CPO. Okay, we're playing the King of all Britain KVK. Now, what this thing does is it allows you to put a particular artifact on Ragnar that's special to Ragnar. Okay, and when you do that, he can be any kind of commander. You put this little thing on him. I don't even want to try to pronounce this thing, but it's going to basically make it to where his skills are everything. Artifact, all things work with this artifact, whatever you put him as. And so from that standpoint, we fought in the altar over here, okay? And I ran the best march I could find. I've got crazy gear for cavalry, crazy armaments, and I ran Huo Ragnar. And it absolutely wrecked in this altar of darkness. You can only bring 1 march to an altar. Okay, and that was the absolute best march I could think of to bring. I brought it, and it did not disappoint. Ragnar does so much. It is incredible, okay? But let's talk real quick about him, and let's talk about why he's so good, and let's go into the talents that I'm using with him, okay? First of all, we all know his skills, okay? These skills are absolutely great. They're very simple and easy to follow. This drain effect is really, really good. You can tell when you get it because your march speed goes absolute zoom. Okay, and so we talked about this and how this is the first quote unquote drain effect we've ever seen in the game. Okay, and so you can slow down people, you can take their march speed, you can completely neutralize their attack by draining 20%, and you get the 20% attack. It's great. This is probably one of the coolest AoE situations that there are, because not only are you going to hit 3 targets with a 2200 damage factor, that's more than Guan, it's more than CPO, it's more than Joan. Those 3 commanders all have a 3-troop AoE of 2000. He's got 2200. Okay, and then this is not nerfed, because here you got for every additional target reduces the damage by 15%, and then he's got the additional skill damage taken. So he pumps out the additional damage for 2 seconds to 3 enemy targets at 300 a pop. That's 1800 total damage factor. It's massive, huge, which will affect the talents. Okay, so we already know all this stuff works really, really well. So in the talents, this is my field build. Okay, this is how I do this. All right, I run Feral Nature all the way up because I want to get as much rage as possible. I'm generally putting CPO, or I'm putting Alex behind him. That's what I ran this KVK. And then up here, I elect to go with the march speed rather than hold the line. Hold the line is great. Don't get me wrong. It is great. If this commander's troops can stay only infantry, whenever it is hit with a basic attack, it has a 10% chance to take 5% less damage for the next 2 seconds. It's great. However, I use it in Canyon if I have him running frontline and I know I'm going to get attacked. When I'm in the field with 5, 6, 7 marches, I do not use hold the line. I value the march speed and feral nature much more. I also value this guy. Okay, this is maybe the first time you can actually have peace of mind about getting latent power, because it just enhances that 1800 damage factor that he does by 6%. Okay, because that's all additional damage. So on his expertise, you're going to be doing that to 3 troops, and you're going to be doing it at 300 to 3 troops for 2 seconds. That's 1800 damage factor, and it's absolutely great to use latent power. So that's how I run the talents for him in the field. In Canyon, I think I run this frontline in Canyon. Okay, I go 3 points here. I only go 2 points here to the cavalry, just depending on what you're going to do with your frontline. It's mainly just infantry. So I run him frontline there. I keep the feral nature. I love the skill tree. The skill tree is my favorite tree. Okay, Rage is going crazy. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. Of course, Clarity is good. Latent Power is great for him specifically. And so you got some Rage generation here, Rage generation here, Rage generation here, and then obviously Rage generation with your feral nature. So that's what you want to do. You want to kick out as much damage as possible with all of his skills and everything that he does. I ran him behind Huo. Remember, I was running him behind Huo in the altar. Okay, but when I got into the field fighting, all right, I ran him primary with infantry with CPO behind. Okay, and I think I even still have it as my preset with what I was doing. Let me see. Yep, there he is. And I'm running this stuff and I'm going. Okay. I've got the, let's see. I've got my wedge set for infantry on this, my best infantry wedge set. I'm more tailored to cavalry. Okay. So I'm still working this infantry wedge set, but this is great. I've got double inscriptions everywhere. I've got a lot of stats. I got a lot of march speed. So this thing is just a heavy hitter. And when it hits, and it's great. Okay, and so what you find when you do this is that when you play with this guy, even if he gets focused, he's kicking out enough damage to where I didn't take too bad of a trade with him, unless I just got completely AFK killed on any sort of situation to where this commander was lost, or I wasn't paying attention or something. But these are the kind of reports I would get, like consistently just hammering people. Okay, so I had this stuff going on here. This was a big one I had, and this is just like my Ragnar CPO just doing work. Ragnar CPO, and I like running him primary. Okay, you can run him primary or you can run him secondary. Some people like to run CPO or CPO Africanus Prime, CPO Prime, primary, because they do like the 30% health debuff that he does before Ragnar hits with his smite, or I'm sorry, with his skill damage. And then people also like the support tree. Okay, I'm not as big of a fan there. I think that's a more defensive setup. I like Ragnar because I like the skill tree, and then I also like Ragnar because you do get a boost to skill damage when you reach over 70%. It gains a 15% bonus to skill damage for 4 seconds. I want that hitting when he hits, not when CPO hits. He hits harder. So I want that hitting when Ragnar hits. And so I like him primary. But you can easily put Alex behind him. I ran Alex behind him a lot. And even in some cases, I ran him behind Guan. Okay, he provides Guan some march speed. He provides Guan a lot of tankiness. You got 40% defense here. So that's really, really good for Guan. And so you can run him just about anywhere. And then here is what I'm planning on doing, okay? Because now we have the release of the next commander that is coming out, and that is Philip. All right, well, there's a lot of us with either leadership gear, or there's a lot of us with either leadership gear or like infantry gear that's been critted for leadership, like this stuff right here. Okay, I've got this stuff going on. I can't wait to put it on Philip, and I'm going to put Ragnar behind Philip. And so there's all kinds of different ways you can use Ragnar with infantry pairings. If you want to put an artifact on him, like he's got for this King of All Britain, like I said, you can put him behind Huo. Okay, you can put him behind Luce. You can do all kinds of different things, and it works out really, really well. So Ragnar he's every bit as good as I said he was going to be. Outside of my Luce pairings, right? So I had Luce with William Wallace, I had Luce with Alex, and then I run Luce with an artifact, and I put him behind Attila, and that really does all kinds of damage for me, and it's one of my best marches. But any of those combinations are always going to trade best for me with Luce. But the next best, and really my best trading march outside of that, was Ragnar CPO. Okay, and it wasn't even close. And so Ragnar CPO absolutely does the work. It does the damage, and it is so, so good. So with that being said, some of the things that you have to consider with Ragnar is that when he's going to run primary, he's going to start getting focused a little bit, okay? And so he's able to mitigate that with his defense. And if you put CPO prime behind him, okay, you're going to grab the infantry health of 20%. You've got march speed. You got all the things that you need, and it really, really works well. So we fought this KVK. Anybody wants to know, well, hey, Chadski, well, who are you to tell us what's good in the field? Well, this KVK with 365 and 2377, here's your kill leaderboard, okay? And Jeannie took the top spot. Fluffy Pony, of course, is right there. And I finished 10th. Okay, I was 5th, but a lot of these guys gobbling their way after Kingsland to more points. I ended up finishing 10th here. In Deads, I finished 9th. In heal points, I finished 9th or 8th. And so you can see I was trading positive with my kills compared to my healing. And so I ran this thing down. I fought just about more than anybody, gained almost, I think, 4 billion kill points. And with a 10-hour Kingsland, getting 4 billion kill points is pretty good. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to running some of this stuff and doing it. And so with that being said, take my advice, okay? If you're going to go get infantry commanders, Luce and Ragnar are the 2 top commanders you got to go get, hands down, okay? And Ragnar does so much work that he is every bit as good as what we thought he was going to be. He's going to bench Guan, and then he also provides a way to run 3 infantry if you're a 3 infantry player. So those are some of the takeaways we take from this KVK. It was a fun KVK. We had a great time. We fought against 3310 and 1718, and obviously 365 over here at Pass 7. We did all kinds of crazy stuff, and Ragnar was one of the guys I put on the field first and foremost. Get him on the field because he's that good. And so with that being said, go get him, go use him, go have fun with him. And if you fight in this King of All Britain KVK, you get a cool little artifact for him that you can put on him at any time. And it works out really, really well. So with that, I'll have some more videos about what else we found in this particular KVK. And I just encourage everybody to keep the feedback coming. Join the Discord, join the discussion. I always reply to all the messages here on YouTube, and I try to be accessible for everybody. So with that, you guys have a good day. We'll see you, broskies.